Hello everyone, hi there, how are we doing? Welcome in, thank you so much for being here. I am Charlie Merriman, I'm merry by name, I'm merry by nature, and as always, my hope is to make your day a whole lot merrier right now with this stream. Thanks so much for joining me in my Pokemon Silver Dream Team quest, although I'm now doubling up. We got Pokemon Gold and we got Pokemon Silver ready to go to try and find Totodile. The resets here, the amount of time they take, cannot be overstated. The Professor Elm talking to Professor Elm and having to go through the nickname screen and stuff, I just thought it makes sense. Ideally, we'd be sticking to the one save file to try and find our shiny Totodile, but we're doubling up here and I think it's time. And I'll tell you why I've made that decision now in a moment. But welcome in. Thank you so much, everyone. What are we doing today? During the stream, are we shiny hunting? Are we doing some competitive Pokemon? Are we doing something entirely different? Let me know. Hope you've had a very merry Wednesday indeed. Congratulations to you for making it over halfway through the week. Well, everybody, why don't we just jump straight in, try and get in as many encounters or resets as we possibly can. Yeah, I am streaming slightly earlier today, as you'll have noticed, and I'll be wrapping up slightly earlier too. So thank you for being here for that slight adjustment in the time. I could actually zoom these in a little bit more, couldn't I? Zoom the camera in a little bit more. Hello, Samantha. Good to see you. Always love to see a new name in the chat. How are you doing? Welcome in. Hope you've been having a very merry Wednesday indeed. What brings you here today? Yeah, that is a little bit zoomed out, isn't it? Why don't I bring this camera a little bit closer? I was slightly late starting due to getting our save files ready, or getting my Pokemon Gold version ready to go. I hope that we'll be able to make out everything on the screen from this view. Let's find out, shall we? So we got Gold in the Silver Game Boy, and we got Silver in the Black Game Boy. Because that just makes the most sense. Thanks so much for being here, Samantha. Welcome in. Al, welcome in. Rani, how are we doing today? Okay, we got an immediate female in the silver, so we can reset that one. But we got a male in gold, so we keep going. It's going to be slightly more difficult to keep track of two systems here, but I think it's ultimately going to be for the best. Hello, Ethan, as well. Hello, Damien, Alan, Paulie. Fantastic to see you. Thank you so much for the luck, Paulie, and fantastic to see your name in the chat as well. What are you doing alongside stream today? And what's your favorite Pokemon? And that goes for you as well, Samantha. What is your favorite Pokemon? HP of 21. Okay, so there we have a good demonstration of Totodiles that are not going to be shiny. If it's female or if its HP is anything other than 20, then the way shininess works in Generation 2, they cannot be shiny. So yeah, we can reset there, and that's ultimately going to save us a little bit of time. I think, you know, at first, we're going to lose a bit of time as I get used to navigating two consoles on this hunt. But overall, this will save us a lot of time. You know what? It makes far more sense to switch our consoles, doesn't it? So that we have the black background behind the white number. Good. Glad you're having a merry Wednesday, Samantha. Please hear it. What have you been up to? I've been doing very well, thank you. Yeah, the latest episode of my podcast, Chazingdra Chats, came out today featuring Eternal Radiant, another shiny hunter. So if you enjoy this kind of content, you are definitely going to love Eternal Radiant's content as well. Make sure you check that out. That's going to be linked in the description below. In fact, it's linked there right now. Had a really interesting chat with Angelo, and it's someone who's, in the space of 2 years, has seen incredible growth on their YouTube channel. So, really interesting listen and watch that. So I was promoting that. I was working on my EYC video that I've been working on for a little bit now, and there's plenty more work to be done on it. Just working on the script. Scheduling in tomorrow's stream as well. We'll be talking about that shortly. It's been a good day, thank you, Samantha. How about everyone else? How have your days been? How has your day been, Damien? How's your day been, Ethan? You've got a good feeling about today. Let's hope so. I hope with the doubling up, it'll make a difference. Bo Barley, Charlie Bo Barley, Banana Nana Fo Farley Chai. Yep, that's me, Al. That is my full title, so thank you for using that. I've got my EUIC Psyduck playmat as the, what these Game Boys are resting on. But I realise now with this setup that you cannot see at all the design on the playmat. But oh well, trust me, it's there. See? There. It's all about those little touches, isn't it? But anyway, how are you doing, Al? Okay, so it's not going to be on gold. Oh, silver. Because the NHP stats 21. And how are you doing, Al? Hope you're having a good day. You are getting a new car next Friday. Wow. Fantastic, Alan. What kind of car are you going to get? I hope that Friday comes quickly for you. That's very exciting indeed. Two-system system. That's right, Al. Certainly is. So, you've seen the playmat, Ronnie. There you go. I've satisfied that craving. 21. We can reset there. And notice I've upped the increment here as well. 2 encounters per reset. Intrigued to see the difference this makes in terms of speed. Was I able to focus on the camera? You know what, Ethan? I haven't even tried. It's a good point. You did mention that last time. But yeah, I slipped my mind, I'm afraid, Ethan, amongst the myriad other things that I've been focusing on. So thank you for reminding me again. I will take a look into that when I can. 21 anyway. Hello, good to see you. Is your name, based on your picture, I think you're Silver Cypher, but I'm not sure. And I can't translate the name that you've got in the chat, but welcome in. Fantastic to see you. I feel like I've seen your name around online, but this is your first time in the stream, perhaps, or the first time in a long time? Either way, it's very good to see you here. Thank you for being here. What's your favourite Pokemon? And hope I can make your day merrier. Doing fine, but the spirits are up. That's great to hear, Al. I'm very pleased to hear you're feeling good. Doing good. I'm about to go and film some cooking. Nice. Prep for filming first. Nice. And what are you filming today, Ethan? 1007 to not brand new. Well, that's fair enough. That sounds wise to me. I still have a feeling that Totodile is going to shine in my original childhood copy of Pokemon Silver, which I have here. I didn't have gold when I was younger. But this will just help us get to that point more swiftly. Bit of an upgrade. Love to hear it. Love to hear it, Alan. Very good. Glad your day's been good, Damien. Yeah, I've been doing good as well, thank you. Definitely feeling springier right now, isn't it? Which is always welcome. I know that in the US, the clocks went forward at the start of the month. But for us in the UK, it's the end of the month. So I think it'll be next weekend that the clocks go forward, if I'm not mistaken. And then the days will get even longer. So that's lovely. So everybody. Yes, today I was scheduling in tomorrow's stream. You'll have seen that I beat Pokemon Brilliant Diamond with Just Ledian. We did it. It was a 4-month quest, and we got there. Last week, if you haven't seen it, it's Elite Four Attempt 4. Do go and check out the video on demand, because it was such a roller coaster, as it always is when you're trying to beat the game with Just Ledian. And so obviously I was left with the question of what do I stream next? I'm back in the Birmingham Regional Championships in January. Ben White, member of my Discord community, Chazingdra Chocolate Factory, which is linked below, so do hop in there if you haven't already. It would be a pleasure to see you. Gifted me a second-hand copy of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, to use its full title, for the Switch. Because I had said to him before, and I'd said on stream before, I have never played a Mystery Dungeon game. Which is true. To this day, I still haven't. And so I thought it'd be fun, for my first ever time playing Mystery Dungeon game, to stream it for everyone. Oops. And enjoy the new experience together. And if you've played the game before, then you can enjoy my reactions to experiencing it for the first time. If you haven't, then you can still enjoy my reaction to experiencing it for the first time. And we can go through it together. So that's going to be tomorrow, everybody, 5:45, the normal time again, on this very YouTube channel. 5:45 PM GMT. See you there. I'm looking forward to it. I've heard whispers of a personality test, and it determines what Pokemon you play as, which I'm very excited about. I love a personality test. I haven't done one of those for a while. So that'll be a really fun way to start. And then, yeah, I literally don't know what to expect. I have deliberately not looked into the game at all. So I can't wait to experience it for the first time tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing you there. After getting your shiny level ball Charmander in BDSP for Legend ZA. Nice. That's great ball for the Charmander. I say great ball, but of course it's a level ball. You're back to shiny Charmander in Let's Go Eevee. So are you trying to sort of get shiny Charmander in every game that you can, Damien? That's something I've considered doing before. I've considered doing a generation quest for shiny Horsey. Kingdra, of course, being my favourite Pokemon. I think that'd be so much fun. Having said that, I already have shiny Horsey in Scarlet Violet. I already have shiny Horsey in Shield. It's part of this Dream Team quest, so I will have it. And that would leave generations 3, 4, 5, 6. And 7. So actually, no, it is a decent number that I can still shiny hunt Horsey in. Horsey was absent from Legends Arceus, which is disappointing. But you can't have them all, can you? Anyway, I love the idea of a Generations quest. For you, it's the 30th. Yeah, exactly. Daylight saving. That's exactly right, Ronnie. I think it will be the 30th for us too. So next weekend. Mother's Day next weekend as well, everybody. Let's not forget. Yeah, that's right, Alan. Mystery Dungeon tomorrow. Is that something you've played, Alan? Who in the chat has played Mystery Dungeon before? Because I've never done the spin-off games. Well, I mean, I've done Sleep, I've done Trading Card Game Pocket, but the sort of console spin-off games I've never done. And that's more than 4,400 now, everybody. More than half odds. Double hunting. Is it going to bring the luck that we need? Alarm set, you will be there. Very cool, Ethan. Thanks so much. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Okay, that's oh, 2 females. Gonna move this over slightly. Right. Need to give my hands room to reset. Oh, actually, maybe. No, it doesn't help. I'll say, give my hands room to reset without knocking over the camera. The only Mystery Dungeon you beat is Red Team on DS. Cool, Damien. Again, those words mean nothing to me, really, because I've never played a Mystery Dungeon game before, but that will all change tomorrow. Exciting to be on that cusp. Have that experience for the first time, because so often we think about, if you could play any game for the first time, which would you choose? And tomorrow I'll have that experience of playing a game for the first time, and I've heard fantastic things about Mystery Dungeon. Oops. But let me ask that question to you now, chat. If you could play any... Oh my goodness. Start. There we go. Any game at all for the first time again, so you could experience it for the first time again, which would you choose? I'm going to reflect on that question myself. Oh, I think Rich posed a question last week that I need to reflect on too. Yeah, it was gym leader of any region and then travel to any region or something like that. Maybe when Rich pops in, he can remind us what that question was. Oh, I need to up that. In fact, maybe I've missed a few resets that I need to increase. That's right. I also need to just get my brain in gear and make sure I'm not resetting over the wrong thing. I think there was at least a reset that I missed, so I'm just going to up it like that. Okay, that's 21. Anyway. Now then. Play them a lot. Favourite spin-off. Cool, Ronnie. Well, I'm excited to experience it for the first time. Mother's Day for us is the second Sunday of May. Yeah, I think UK is different for some reason for Mother's Day. I'm not sure why that is. No worries, Ronnie. Enjoy getting dinner. Last time you played Mystery Dungeon, you got Totodile, funnily enough. Cool. Maybe that'll happen for me too. Al, you're welcome on the Mother's Day reminder. Played Red Rescue Team and Explorers time, both really fun. Cool. I'm not sure. People call it a dungeon crawler game, right? I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure I've ever played a dungeon crawler game before. So, you want a shiny Charmander Let's Go Eevee so you can have the mark and you can Mega Evolve into XY. What is the mark that you get from Let's Go Eevee, Damien? Sounds cool. Done Mystery Dungeon a few times and it's great. Well, love to hear that, Ethan. You love Pokemon Ranger 2. Yeah, Pokemon Ranger I've never played. What's the premise of Ranger? Played and beat the first Ranger game, got the Manaphy, then traded it in. Yeah, fair enough. You missed out on the event Heatran and Darkrai from the other Ranger games. Very cool that you can get those event. You could get those event Pokemon. Nothing like an event Pokemon, is there? Especially back in the day. I actually miss them all. Maybe that's why they have such aura and mystique for me. Quite a few females so far on tonight's stream, which cannot be shiny the way shininess works in this generation. Play them on your DS before. I see. Yeah, I hear that the DS ones are the classics. I mean, they manifestly are because they came out for the older systems first. But I'm excited for the Switch experience nonetheless. What's decided after Shiny Talk, you're going to get your first ever Shiny Charm and Sword Shield. Good for you, Alan. Good for you, yeah. It's no mean feat completing the Pokédex, but I don't know. I really enjoy those grindy sorts of things, as is evident from the fact I'm now doing such an intense Shiny hunt. There we go. Still a little bit tricky to navigate these two consoles at once. But we do what we can. You did get the Eruption Heatran from a friend. That's cool, Damien. Great that your friend was willing to help you out with that. Maybe Leaf Green. It was your first Pokemon game, and sometimes you wish you didn't know as much about Pokemon so you can experience a Pokemon game for the first time again. Very nice, Samantha. Good answer. Yeah, Leaf Green, fantastic game. I was... Actually, technically, the first version I played was Fire Red, because I borrowed it from a friend, but... I am a leaf green. In my heart of hearts. I was Pokemon Blue as well, so I mean, that makes sense. I prefer the exclusives that appear in Blue and Leaf Green. I think that's mainly because Blue was my original Pokemon game. But, you know, Vulpix, Slowpoke, over Psyduck, I believe that was one. Is that? That's a female. Okay. Pinsir, Sandshrew. Yeah, I prefer all of these Blue and Leaf Green exclusives. Disco Elysium you play again with fresh eyes. You'd say Smash Bros. Melee, but its charm never really leaves. That's a lovely way of thinking about it, Al. Disco Elysium, yeah, I have heard of that game, but I don't really know anything about it. Recently, I've just been realizing how... Yeah, sometimes I'll play other games that aren't Pokemon, and I just get disappointed because it's not Pokemon. It takes all sorts of games. Variety is important, but I love a platformer. But yeah, I don't know. Just because Pokemon offers so many different activities and ways to play the game, for me, it just sort of provides everything I need. I really hope we get this Totodile under odds. You can see how slow the resets are. Cool to have Gold and Silver side by side. Pokemon Silver for you, Damien. Yes, love to hear it. Would I say Pokemon Silver for myself? It is my favourite game of all time. Thing is, if we're saying play for the first time at this age, probably it wouldn't have so much of an impact on me. I would say... Ooh, Shadow of the Colossus. Has anyone here ever played Shadow of the Colossus? That was an epic game. Massive twist towards the end as well. Beautiful game. Love the soundtrack. Golden Sun as well. That was incredible. Or... I'll tell you what, my go-to answer for this is, actually, probably Pokemon Shield. Because it was towards the end of the pandemic that I got a Switch, having had a bit of a break from Pokemon. And getting Pokemon Shield then was the gateway to where I am right now. So, Shield's always been special to me, and I'll never forget how I felt playing a Pokemon game on the big screen with the updated graphics, etc. for the first time. Yeah, I might actually say Pokemon Shield. Mark is just a Pikachu head. Oh, I see. The Let's Go Mark. That sounds appropriate to me, Damien. Whereas that counter is flying, let's believe. Well, I guess you're right. I guess you're right, it is flying. I'm so deep into just pressing the buttons that I'm losing track of the encounters, and that's what we want. We want to be distracted, and thank you all everyone for providing that distraction. I can't remember what number we started on. 4, 3... I'm not sure. I feel like, though, we've done... more than 50 already, which is not bad. I mean, technically, it would take just over an hour to do 100 resets. So let's hope that in an hour now we can do, like, approaching 200. That'd be huge. Hello, Asjay. Good to see you again. It's been a little while. How are you doing? Thank you so much for hopping into the stream. Hope you're bringing the shiny light with you. What's new with you, Asjay? Hope you're having a merry day. think your first mystery gift was the Oak's letter in Platinum. That's very cool, Damien. Very cool. I did mystery gifts with friends, but I never, when I was younger, did those event distributions for the classic games. Oak's letter is Shaman, isn't it, for Generation 4. Shadow of the Colossus is amazing. Always wanted to play it, and finally did a few years back. Oh, nice, Al. It's incredible. I highly recommend it to anyone. Have I played the Pokemon Ranger games? No, I haven't, Alan. I've never played any of the spin-off games. So Mystery Dungeon tomorrow will literally be my first time playing a spin-off game. What do you think of them, Alan? Odd playing Pokemon Crystal again for the first time, having memories of Golden Age, Hot Gold, Soul Silver. Yeah, it was a game that made the biggest impact on you at the time. That makes sense, Al. Speaking of Pokemon Crystal, yesterday I finally beat the Elite Four on the casual playthrough of Crystal I've been doing since Christmas, or since just before the holidays, actually. I remember I was free evening in the run-up to the holidays, shortly before the holidays, actually, and I thought, nothing cozier right now than starting a new game on Pokemon Crystal. And it was amazing. I attempted the Elite Four the night before, and I lost, and it was so close. But last night I did it. I kind of like that, though. I kind of like that I didn't beat the Elite Four first time. Memories of how difficult it was when we were younger. And it was so much fun, because I was finally able to evolve my Poliwhirl into Politoed. I was waiting for... waiting for my Poliwhirl to learn Belly Drum, I think it was, which is 43, level 43. It can learn Hydro Pump after that, but it also has Rain Dance and Surf, and I thought that'll cover me, and I don't want to risk missing, and yeah, I'd rather have Rain Dance and Surf. Also, you do need those HMs, fundamentally, to get through the game. And oh my goodness, Belly Drum, Body Slam, Politoed absolutely tore through the Elite Four. It's at least half, I mean at least 3 of the members, including the champion. And the champion as well, great in front of Lance's Gyarados. Set up a Belly Drum. It tanks so many attacks too. I had a berry equipped. Gold berries, which is the equivalent of citrus berries in Generation 2. Are very hard to come by, so it was just a regular berry, just restoring 10 HP, but it's such a bulky Pokemon that each of those 10 hit points goes such a long way. Yeah, set up in front of the Gyarados. Did we one-shot? We might have just fallen short of one-shotting the Gyarados, but then we one-shot Dragonite 1, we one-shot Dragonite 2, and then Dragonite 3 hung on with a sliver, and finally Politoed went down. I brought out my Donphan, and I thought it would be so cool to set up a rollout here. If we get a rollout going and just plow through the rest of Lance's team. I should, though, have gone for a Strength. It's the Pokemon that's on my team that knows Strength. Because Dragonite had just slightly too much HP, and so it withstood the rollout. And then knocked out my Donphan in one hit. So I was looking dicey. I thought, oh no, have I just thrown this away? I didn't mean to say B, then I definitely want a Totodile. So Donphan goes down, and then it's time to bring out Jinx. And then from there... Well, was it time to bring out Jinx, actually? Basically, there wasn't much Typhlosion could do against Charizard and Aerodactyl, of course. But what it could do was set up 3 Leers against Charizard, and then my Ursaring comes out, goes for a big slash, one-shots the Charizard. Aerodactyl decides to take down Ursaring with Hyper Beam, and it takes a couple of Hyper Beams, and of course you've got to recharge in between using Hyper Beam. And fortunately, Ursaring goes down to a Hyper Beam, Jinx can come in on the recharge turn, goes for the Powder Snow, because, you know, they keep the levels fairly low for the Johto Elite Four, because you're about to go to Kanto and have a whole extra portion of game, which is so exciting. And gets rid of the Aerodactyl. Had it not, then we could have lost, because Rock Slide probably would have just one-shot the Jinx. Anyway, I realized that was a very in-depth explanation of how my Pokemon Crystal Elite Four run went. But if anyone was interested, there you go. Obviously, I'm a caster for the Pokemon video game championship series, so competitive Pokemon is a huge interest of mine, but also just the way battles work back in those... Well, throughout Pokemon. I just find it so satisfying to optimize movesets whichever generation I'm in, you know? Why do I choose to stream on YouTube instead of Twitch, asked Jay? Good question. Basically, because I have a YouTube channel, so I thought it would make sense to keep everything in one place. I could simulcast, I could stream to Twitch as well. I don't want to sort of spread myself too thin. I don't know if there's much point in doing that as well. It might just be for the sake of it, but maybe I'm missing a trick. Maybe it would be a good idea to simulcast. Let's play Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valencia again for the first time. I've never played a Fire Emblem game, Damien, but I think it would be right up my street. Played a spin-off, never played a spin-off game, we need to change it. Well, we are changing it, Ronnie. We're changing it tomorrow, 5:45. Playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Thank you for teeing up the shout-out there, Ronnie. Can't wait. Never played Pokemon Colosseum. Oh, actually, that is true. I played Pokemon Colosseum back in the day. Or Pokemon Stadium I played back in the day. Colosseum... Don't know. I've never played Colosseum, but Stadium I played back in the day. You know, obviously we're talking years and years and years and years ago. DX, I'm assuming that's Mystery Dungeon. If you mean XD, Gale of Darkness, I've never played that either, or Battle Revolution. There's a way you ask if I have a DS so I can send a copy of Pokemon Ranger. Oh, that's so sweet, Alan. I do have a DS, but don't you worry. I will have the Pokemon Rangers experience at some point. That's very kind of you, indeed. Oh, you're a Fire Emblem fan as well, Ronnie. Cool. Still no shiny Totodile, Kendricks. Welcome in, always a pleasure to see you. And no, but as you can see, we have now doubled up on this hunt. Get those encounters going by even swifter. Every little helps. Especially when they're as slow as talking to Professor Elm. And I'll tell you what, double hunting, I no longer have a hand free to hydrate as I go. But it's very important, everybody, so I will. Shortly. Still getting used to it. But how are you doing, Kendricks? Hope you're having a very good day. Hope you're having a very merry day indeed. Okay, this is where I can have some water. Not sure what you mean by that, Damien, but sure. Ready to speed run you track registrations, Ronnie. Yeah, they open in, what, 4 minutes now, so get ready, everybody. Wow. Damien, you're suddenly speaking a different language. But love that you love the franchise. I recommend Colosseum and XD. Great impersonating voices. That sounds fun. And double battles. Yeah, true. Good point. Good point. You've been 6. I'm not too thrilled. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kendricks. Hope you're improving. Hope you feel like you're getting better. And I hope this stream is the chill, relax that you need to help with that. First Ranger game, the sequel Shadows of Armia are honestly great. Surprised the Switch doesn't have stylus, so they could make another Ranger game. Oh, so the stylus is crucial, is it, to Ranger games? That's interesting. Fire Emblem Fates trailer got you into Fire Emblem. I think I've said this before, Damien, but I went to a big Fire Emblem themed party. We were each given characters to play and our objectives and things. It was a lot of fun. Really, hats off to the person hosting that party. I need to message them actually and see how it went. Now, after this reset, everybody, I need to just pop to the bathroom. I'll be back very shortly indeed. Give me 2 minutes. Hello again. Right. Now, it seems like there's been some Fire Emblem chat that I need to catch up on. Except, I don't really understand Fire Emblem. I think I'd like the game, but I've never played it. Thank you, Al. I thought the bathroom was a really good choice as well, you know. I thought it was. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. Please do like and subscribe if you're enjoying the stream. As you can see, first time doubling up on this hunt. We've got Pokemon Gold and Silver going. Ideally, we'd just be going with the one console, my childhood copy of Pokemon Silver, that I've got here on the right. In the black Game Boy rather than the silver one. I mean, don't ask me why. Actually, do ask me why. It's because the backlight on this black Game Boy Advance SP is slightly better than the silver SP, and silver is the main Dream Team Quest file. It's my childhood copy. Ideally, we'd go for all of our targets in the one save file, but, you know, these resets, and maybe we will go back to that for future hunts, but these resets in particular are very slow, talking to Professor Elm and so on. So, yeah. In fact, I need to up the counter. I think I've missed a couple of counter increases. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Good. That's better. Anyway. Basically with Fire Emblem Fates, they decided to take a page from Pokemon and make 2 versions. Oh, right. Birthright was easy route while Conquest was a very difficult route. That sounds cool, Damien. That sounds cool. And nice that it wasn't completely copying Pokemon. It was, you know, difficulty setting rather than like a red and blue version. Hello, Double T. Sorry that you came into the Be Right Back screen, but I am back, and it's great to see you. How are you doing, Double T? Hope you're having a merry day, and I hope it's about to get merrier. Congratulations, Ronnie. You got in for the Utrecht special event. Fantastic. Very exciting indeed. And I wonder what regulation that will be played in. I wonder what the rule set will be. I guess early April we will find out. Is it going to be the double restricted? I know that... sorry, I'm just getting the charging cable. Because one of my SPs is now on low battery. I know that... There's Psyduck. Say hello to Psyduck. And goodbye again. Lee Provost, my friend. Osiris VGC as well, content creator. Or AKA. Had this theory that they're doing these shiny mythical distributions, and what if it was like Regulation Set G, but one mythical instead? I still think, though, it's so many hoops to jump through to try and get a mythical. I don't think they would do that, but I just wonder if they'll save double restricted for next Worlds. There's no way of telling, but I was talking about this on the Hidden Power podcast, and that episode's going to come out a week today, everybody, so look out for that. How there's a real opportunity to have some really experimental and fun formats, like first forms of Pokemon that can still evolve. Only first forms. Could be really cool. And so on, for future formats. So we'll have to see. But anyway. You're not playing VGC? Oh, okay, Ronnie. Okay. Are you playing the trading card game? Or are you spectating? This, in the silver was female, so we don't need to check it, but I guess now we're just doubling on it. Early doors, you love when the EU casters say that. I guess that is a distinctly EU phrase. That's female anyway, so it can't be shiny. And look, this HP 21 can't be shiny either. Yeah, I'm not sure where early doors comes from, actually. Al, but you're not the first person to call out the phrase early doors. Gonna play the trading card game. Cool, Ronnie. Very nice. Yeah, when you were at Locals recently, and they went pretty well for the trading card game. Where your friends can lend you a deck. Nice. Sounds good, Ronnie. Maybe you will end up being more of a competitive trading card game player. Only time will tell. Glad you're doing good. Listen to me talk about Crystal playthrough. How do I like Pokemon Crystal? I love it, Double T. I mean, Pokemon Silver is always going to be the Gen 2 game that has the special place in my heart because this is my childhood copy. It's my favourite game of all time. And Crystal is, of course, very similar to Gold and Silver. I haven't, I've beaten the Elite Four. I haven't done the Kanto bit yet, so I hope that there's a little bit more explanation as to why Suicune is the one in that game, A little bit of lore. But I'm very much enjoying it. I love the little animations. And some of the graphical updates, like Lance's room in the Elite Four. Ah, beautiful. And like how the Dragon's Den looks and things, yeah. Frankly, in my eyes, Generation 2 can't really do wrong. Although, I was thinking about this actually, Double T. Victory Road in Generation 2 is a little bit feeble. A little bit feeble. What's cool about it is they kind of make the route leading up to Victory Road the Victory Road in itself, if that makes sense. You've got all the trainers there, then Victory Road itself is bereft of trainers apart from your rival. But you literally just go up a couple of ladders and you've reached it. You've made it to the end of Victory Road. Which is a bit of a shame for the climax of the game, but I still love the games. And Victory Road tends to be a bit of the games I enjoy less, but I do think there should be something there, because it would feel wrong just to go straight from the 8th gym to the Elite Four. There needs to be some kind of something in between. Felt like repeating formats this time is inadvertent. Would be surprised if I did it again. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what format's going to be. Welcome in if you're just tuning in, everyone. Likes and subscribes, hugely appreciated, as we double up on this hunt to find shiny Totodile, my shiny Dream Team quest in Pokemon Silver. I do have a copy of Pokemon Gold to the left here as well. However, Silver will be our main playthrough file. And our other targets, Fortress, Espeon, Kingdra, Piloswine, and then Skarmory or Xatu, depending on how long the Skarmory encounters take, essentially. I might go for Xatu in one version or Nato in one version and Skarmory in the other and see which shines first. So I can't wait to make progress with the other targets on this hunt. But first we need to find our Totodile. I can't wait for it. Speaking of shiny hunting, do check out the latest episode of my podcast, Chazingdra Chats, that dropped today, featuring Eternal Radiant, a fantastic shiny hunter, setting challenges like finding every shiny Ultra Beast, finding every shiny Legendary. Currently going for a Gen 6 shiny Living Dex to celebrate Pokemon Legends ZA coming out later this year. So huge, and had a really fascinating chat with Angelo, or Eternal Radiant. He's got really fascinating stories to share, so you're not going to want to miss it. It's linked below and it's on my channel. They got shown the door early. Yeah, I know what you mean now. Early doors. Or it's just like the starting blocks for a race, I guess. Early doors, that's kind of how I see it. But it seems like Luke has looked this up for us, so take it away, Luke. I'm looking forward to reading this. And hello, welcome in, Luke. Always a pleasure to see you. Early doors comes from the practice of British theatres from around 1870 of allowing customers who paid a little extra to enter the theatre early and choose their own seats to beat the rush. Wow. Thank you very much, Luke. That's fascinating. Early doors. Huh. Yeah, makes sense. I can see that. Frankly, it sort of makes sense for all kinds of phrases, for all kinds of contexts. So, yeah, well, as an actor, I like to hear that Theatre terminology. Thank you so much, Luke. Fascinating. Hello, Papa Brian. Fantastic that you could join us. Brilliant to see you after yesterday's VGC stream. And tomorrow, everybody, I will be playing through Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for the first time ever. And I am very excited for that. I've never played a Pokemon spin-off game, never played Mystery Dungeon, but everyone talks about how good those games are. So join me 5:45, the normal time, tomorrow, GMT, on this very channel. But yeah, we've doubled up on this hunt, Papa Brian, for Shiny Totodile. To get those encounters in more swiftly, because these Professor Elm resets are no joke. Oh, double female. That doesn't happen very often. That's a 1/8 chance for one female, so 1/16 for two, I guess. Don't know if the maths is perfectly accurate there, but yeah. Should be. Anyway. And if we can get a 1/16th chance, surely we can get a 1 in 8,192. Or I guess it's 1 in 4,096. But either way, big numbers. Also, like when you cast say, good shout. Good shout. I wonder, that phrase to me seems less specifically British, you know? Good shout. I could see that being used in the US too. Or elsewhere in the world, anyway. Just caught a shiny Dragonite and let's go Eevee. Oh my goodness, Damien. Congratulations. I'm glad I'm bringing the shiny light to you. It reminds me of Safari Week. Ronnie, do you remember that? You were just finding shinies left, right, and center while I went more than 50,000 encounters. Crazy. But fantastic, Damien. That's a great find. Cheeky little crit there. Yeah, Al. You are channeling the UK phraseology. I love to see it. Your internet died for a second. Luckily, it wasn't 10 minutes ago. Yeah, true. True, Ronnie. Glad that you can get in. Like when you can't say cheeky as well. Hopefully you're spelling that correctly. Yes, you are. Cheeky. I guess that is a UK thing. I don't really know why that's specifically a UK thing, but yeah. Speaking of Safari Week, everybody, that is unbelievably in 3 months' time. How did that happen? We are a quarter of a year away from Safari Week. We've had 3 quarters of the year since last Safari Week. What even is time at this point? But anyway, I do have my Safari Week video from last year. I've kind of parked it while I'm working on my EUIC video because, you know, I want that to come out not as soon as it can after EUIC. So my plan for the Safari Week video is potentially to release it actually for this year's Safari Week. It might be a good time for it anyway, just to continue to build the hype. But yeah, thank you for your patience, everybody. I am but one man. I'm a one-man band. Doing all the writing and the editing, etc. So, and I love doing it, but obviously there's only so many hours in the day, and there are all sorts of other things that I need to tick off in a day. But yeah, look forward to the Safari Week video, and you're not going to want to miss it. Approaching Safari Week this year, so in June. Big shiny hunting event where people shiny hunt in the Safari Zone where Pokemon can run away from you. And it was just as dramatic as it sounds. That's all I'll say for now. Welcome in if you're just tuning in, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you've brought your shiny luck with you because I could do with some right now. But we have doubled up on this hunt and that feels good. We're getting through these encounters a little bit more swiftly. Your favourite Eevee Evolution Espeon. Nice. Glad you like the team, Kendricks. I know you're a big Gen 2 enjoyer. You and I both. How am I so behind on gold? Either way, that's female. We can check this silver Totodile. Oh, that's also female. That's a shame. Pay more attention. So many things to juggle on double hunting. Yeah, these encounters are going much more swiftly, which we love to see. Glad I'm enjoying Crystal. Crystal was your first Pokemon game. You love hearing about people's Crystal playthrough. Yeah. I got Shiny Smoochum from the Odd Egg Double T as well. Which, obviously, a massive help against dragons, Lance's Dragonites in particular. And cool that the odd egg is a thing in Pokemon Crystal, really. It's much better shiny odds for anyone unfamiliar. It's an egg you receive from the daycare couple. Great team choice. Hope everyone had a good day. Yeah, I had a good day. Thank you, Papa Hotbine. I was promoting Eternal Radiance episode of the podcast that dropped today. Had a fantastic chat with Angelo, so do check that out. It's linked below. I was working on my EUIC scripts, having mentioned that earlier, and I was planning in tomorrow's streaming or playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for the first time ever on stream tomorrow. Which I cannot wait for. Have a brand new Pokemon experience. So come and experience it with me. I gather it starts off with a personality test, and I love a personality test, so I'm really looking forward to that. Cheeky little crit is your favourite phrase. You now may well hear me using the phrase cheeky little crit far more often than I ever have before. So, early doors kind of like a lot fast lanes at Disney. Yeah, I guess so. Samantha, yeah. To put it into US speak, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Am I going to be using this Totodile for ZA? That's a good question, SJ. There would be no way of transferring the Totodile up to ZA, but either way, I'm actually, this might be controversial, but I'm actually not so much a fan of transferring Pokemon up to the most recent generation, with a few exceptions, depending on what that Pokemon is. But I just think it's sad that they can never go back to their native game. And if I'm catching, say, a shiny Kyogre in Pokemon Sapphire, it's the mascot of Sapphire. Of course, I want to keep that Kyogre in Pokemon Sapphire. You know what I mean? Finding a shiny Totodile in Gen 2, that is iconic. To transfer it up to Scarlet and Violet, say, where you can far more easily find a shiny Totodile, again, we're just seem a bit sad. But I like the way you think, as Jane. Which first partner are you choosing, as Jay, in Pokemon ZA? Like, evolve into a Colosseum form, I see, SJ. Yeah, no, I won't be, but I'm excited for potential Colosseum forms of the first partners we've had revealed for ZA. Colosseum isn't a term that we've said before. It's cool that now ZA is sort of bringing that into the Pokemon vernacular. Love that there is such a thing as a Pokemon vernacular. Oh, what a franchise that we're so lucky to be a part of, and so lucky to have spin-off games that are so similar to the mainline games, but have the luxury of having another spin-off game and more Pokemon content, you know. Mystery Dungeon games are great, Pablo. Nice. Well, I hope to see you tomorrow as well. 1/64th chance, you believe? Not positive. Of what? The Shiny Dragonite? Of double female? Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes more sense, Olgar. Well, still, if that can happen, maybe we can get the shiny. Thank you for correcting me, though, Olgar. Thank you for the congratulations, Samantha, for Damien and Alex. Welcome in. Hello. Hope you're having a very merry day. How are you doing, Alex? Everybody, Alex has been working so hard creating custom emoji and badges for my YouTube channel for memberships that should be going live in a few weeks' time. The anniversary of my channel is coming up soon, which is so exciting. I've got music being written for the channel as well. WOLFE GLICK on the podcast in the first week of April. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to feel really momentous because I really enjoy doing this, and I've been doing it for 1 year as well. Crazy. And the stuff I've learned over that time. But anyway, Alex has been working so hard creating beautiful art. And lots of fun art as well. I'm excited to share all of those with you when channel memberships go live soon. So a big shout out to you, Alex. Thank you so much for all of your hard work. Hugely appreciate it. And I hope you're having a great day. Voxel Games, welcome in. Thanks so much for being here. Something sad happened a week ago. You were playing Pokemon Y, so far corrupted, making you reset. Need motivation to get back into the game. About halfway done with the National Living Dex and it corrupted. That is really disappointing, Voxel. Well, the sooner you start, the sooner you'll get back up to that point. X and Y are beautiful games to play through. Maybe, you know, I think it's important to have a bit of a break. Let the dust settle a little bit, enjoy some other games, but then when you feel that motivation again, which you will, I think you just need a bit of time away from it. But I think you'll enjoy it all the more. That's what I would say to you, Voxel. But I'm really sorry to hear that. But thank you so much for being here. Hope this stream is a nice way to decompress after that unfortunate event. Chikorita for you, she is iconic as Jay. Yeah, I'm tempted to choose Chikorita as well. Tempted to choose them all, but Chikorita as a Gen 2 enjoyer would be pretty cool, and especially to see what plans they have for Chikorita. There's been so much talk about it not being powerful enough for so long now. So far, you're leaning towards Chikorita for ZA, but you need to see what they evolve into first. Interesting. So I prefer to be completely spoiler-free, I have to say. Samantha, whether it's new regional mega, yeah. Yeah, I want to experience these things for the first time while playing through the game. I might have to, you know, put on all sorts of mutes on social media so I avoid those leaks, but... We've nearly broken 4,500, everybody. And I'm getting used to double hunting now, navigating both of these systems. Annoyingly, you can't be in too much of it. It's not like you can run into Pokemon and run away on both because they get desynced so often, you know? Like here. We've got a female on the right, so I know that can't be shiny, but we progress with Pokemon Gold on the left. So it's hard to keep the rhythm up. Alex U Splash is a legend. Certainly is, Al. Certainly is. Couldn't agree more. You underestimate how long they take we're getting there. Well, Alex, I hugely appreciate it. I hugely appreciate you working so assiduously with my the detailed notes I've been providing. Thanks so much again, Alex. Exciting indeed, Samantha. Yeah, I'm doing very well, thank you, Alex. Very well. Promoting today's podcast episode, working on my UIC video, all good stuff. All good stuff. Glad you're doing good, Alex. I have a feeling it's going to be a regional because they'd want a new form that could carry forward to the next game to be showcased in competitive. Like how we're seeing Typhlosion. I know what you mean, As-J. Also just follows the mold of Legends Arceus, I think. And we didn't have Megas for the first partners in X and Y, but maybe they'll get Megas now in ZA. Fennekin, Froakie, and Chespin. Welcome in, everybody, if you're just tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. As you can see, we now have 2 systems going for this hunt on Shining Totodile. Ideally, we'd just be using the one save file, Pokemon Silver. This is much older copy of Pokemon Silver as well. But these resets are so long in Professor Elm's lab, I just figured it was time. I think I'm doing myself a favour here, as well as the stream. Thanks so much for being here. All likes and subscribes, hugely appreciated. I'm nearly at 900 subscribers. And then, of course, nearly at 1,000, which would be a huge milestone, and especially with the anniversary of the channel coming up in 3 weeks' time. I think it's 3 weeks. To be able to reach that milestone by a year would be amazing. And then I have plans for much, much swifter growth over the coming 12 months. But it's been great to spend a year just getting used to how YouTube works and best practices and practicing scripted content and things like that. But all help towards the big 1,000,000. Hugely appreciated. Nah. Alex, mimicking the hype that Al brings. Love to see it. If we went for Mega only for the ZA starters, those forms wouldn't carry forward to Gen 10 if Mega isn't the gimmick. Yeah, that's true, that's true. I think in Gen 10, my theory for this, and again, I was talking about this on the Hidden Power podcast, and the episode's coming a week today. Very excited for you all to hear and watch. I think in Gen 10, we will see an amalgamation of mechanics that we've seen before. I think we would see Megas, I think we'll see Terrestrialization, Dynamax and Z-moves, but not the easiest for newer players to come to terms with all 4 of those different mechanics. So maybe some simplified way, or you can only use 1 per battle or something like that. But certainly in the Trail of Pokemon Champions, we saw Terrestrial and Megas showcased, which makes me think that maybe we'll be able to transfer ZA Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, and then maybe we'll have a competitive format with Megas and Terrestrial. Which would be a great way to freshen things up. We'll have to see. Post Giant Dragonite into the Discord. Thank you so much, Damien, and lovely opportunity to shout it out. Do hop into the Discord if you haven't already, everybody. It's linked below. Come and hop into Chazingdra's Chocolate Factory. We are a very merry bunch in there, as you can imagine. Come and join the merry folk. It'll put a smile on your face. Congratulations again, Damien, on your Shiny Dragonite. I'm looking forward to seeing it in the Discord. So what, it was just flying in the skies in Let's Go. Very cool indeed. Thank you for shouting out, Alex Double T. Hugely appreciated. Very heartfelt words. And very well deserved too. For Alex. You're listening, so you just knows there are 2 consoles. Oh, fair enough, Alex. That's right. It was time to pick up the momentum on this hump. We want to get the rest of the Dream Team quest moving along. We want to go for those other targets. Start on Mega Ruby, and you're confused on how you get Latios in the storyline. Do you need Surf? I'm actually not too sure, Voxel, at this point, but been a little while. But according to Damien, yes. So thank you for that, Damien. And you hope for a Mega Stunfisk. That would be cool. Love that. I'd love to see some new Megas. And of course, we had the news yesterday that there'll be a Pokemon and Lego crossover. What sort of products would people want to see from that? Very exciting. I loved Lego when I was younger. I was a huge Bionicle fan. Any other Bionicle fans in the chat? But Pokemon Lego, it's interesting. I saw my good friend Quick Panic from the NA region, another shiny hunter, talk about how they don't like so much the sort of building Pokemon out of bricks, but would prefer to see sets like Oats Lab and things like that. And frankly, that would be more to my taste as well, I think. And you know, if Pokemon's done these tie-ins with other companies, making actual Pokemon, so to see some sets, I think would be so cool. Oats Lab would be great, the Elite Four, or maybe just the Champions Room for the Elite Four, in Kanto. I wonder if it would be limited to Kanto as well. As a Gen 2, of course I'd love to see some Johto, but like a city, building I mean, imagine Celadon City, massive, but or Saffron, even Lavender Town, something like that could be so cool. Imagine if they made it like a kind of game as well, like you could randomly trigger a Pokemon encounter or something. Ah, very exciting. But anyway, what sort of sets do we want to see from that? Oh, no worries, Alex. No, you focus on putting the children to sleep. Appreciate you being on the stream. Used to be obsessed with Barnacle. Yes, Kendrix. Oh my goodness. So cool. That's what, you know, the birthday present, Christmas presents, etc., pocket money. Barnacle was just a very safe option for anyone buying me gifts. I think they've discontinued Barnacle at this point. They brought out the odd, like, anniversary celebration set, but that's otherwise it, I think, for Barnacle, which is a shame. The kids these days will never know the joy of Barnacle. Anyone see the Barnacle movie back in the day as well? Loved it when I was younger. I'm sure watching it back now, I'd pick up all sorts of things that aren't so great about it, but I loved it when I was younger. In Omega Ruby, Lassiel's in the story when you meet Steven. Lassie has to need the Eon ticket from the now discontinued PSS. I see. Well, thank you for clarifying that, Damien, for Voxel. You love Barnacle. You used to shake your Christmas presents and be like, yep, that's Barnacle. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if... I mean, I was probably the same. I'm not sure I picked up each present and shook it methodically, but certainly picking up a gift, I'd be able to hear when it was Lego pieces inside. Not you say I'm happy. How charming, Double T. Thank you so much again for your kind words for Alex. Love a Lego Professor's Lab. Originally was going to go by Prof Hotbine on YouTube. Yeah! Now you're Papa Hotbine instead. Yeah, that would be very suitable for you. Papa Hotbine. I still think it's going to be in Pokemon Silver where we find this Totodile. I cannot wait for just a random encounter hunt, but the next hunt will be headbutting trees. Chosen my targets well, haven't I? But, you know, the heart wants what it wants, and those are the Dream Team members we're going for. Double T, you're excited for the Lego times Pokemon partnership. When you heard about the collaboration, you thought you were dreaming. It's like it's about time. Yeah, true. Feels like it could have happened way before now. Or at least it feels like it's always been something people have wanted. Very cool. Never played with Barnacle, Ronnie. Fair enough. I think it's one of those things where you... A bit like with Pokemon, actually, I think, for people now. If you didn't play when you were younger, obviously you're not going to have that nostalgia for it. I think about films and games like that, too. Like, I actually never saw Star Wars, really, when I was younger. I think my brother didn't like it, and therefore I just never thought to watch a Star Wars film. But I think if I had, I'd have really enjoyed it and might be way into Star Wars now. I'm not sure. You didn't see the Barnacle movie, you lived it. Love it, Al. Your enthusiasm never fails to amuse me. The Barnacle movie, Mask of Light, yeah. I think there was a point where me and my cousin could quote that movie word for word. I think when I was younger also I said the person who did the music for the Barnacle movie was one of my all-time heroes. Which, you know, maybe it's true. I can't even remember their name now, but the things that youngsters latch onto. What was the Dream Team, Ronnie? It was for Alligator, Fortress, Espeon, Kingdra, Piloswine, and then Skarmory or Xatu. For that one, what I might do is, because of course Skarmory doesn't appear in Gold, on Silver I might go for the Skarmory with a Repel Trick, and on Gold I might go for Natu and the Ruins of Alph, and whichever shines first, we will take. Because the encounters of Skarmory, I think, will be quite slow in Pokemon Silver with the Repel Trick. I think it's a maximum 10% encounter. I was thinking today as well, of course, I massively love Ledian, Ledibur and Ledian, and whether that should be on the Dream Team, but I think my love for Ledibur and Ledian has only grown more recently. I'm not sure it would feel true to the younger me to go for Ledian on the Dream Team here. And this quest is all about nostalgia. Also, Ledian, it really suffers power-wise in this game. Pokemon Silver especially. It kind of always has, sadly, but in Generation 2 in particular. But yeah, those are the targets for now. I might change my mind, but that's what we're working with for now. Hello, Tom. Good to see you. Always. How you doing, Tom? Hope you're having a very merry week, and I hope it's about to get even merrier tonight. Yeah, we're streaming earlier tonight, because I have to finish earlier tonight. But thanks so much for being here. And yeah, speaking of Ledian, I, of course, managed to beat Pokemon Brilliant Diamond with just Ledian on last Thursday's stream. It was so hype. It was such a roller coaster. I had the best time. I'm looking forward to turning that into a video very much. But of course, leaves me with a gap for what to stream on Thursdays. And some of you will know already, I'm going to be streaming Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I've never played a Mystery Dungeon game before, ever. Ben White in my Discord community very kindly gifted me Mystery Dungeon for the Switch at Birmingham Regionals a couple of months ago. So I thought, why not experience Mystery Dungeon for the first time in the company of all you wonderful people on stream? I gather there's a personality test to open it, and I'm excited. I literally don't know what to expect, and I deliberately haven't looked anything up, so it's completely new. So I cannot wait to dive into that tomorrow, 5:45 tomorrow, GMT, on this YouTube channel. That's what we're doing tomorrow, Tom. That's a very long-winded way of saying welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. All likes and subscribes, hugely appreciates everybody. I'm nearly at 900 subscribers. Check out Eternal Radiance episode of the podcast that dropped today. Another Shiny Hunter. Had a really fascinating chat with Angelo, and I know you're going to enjoy it. And approaching 50 episodes of the podcast on the channel now, including WOLFE GLICK coming out as the 50th episode in a couple of weeks' time. We're nearly there, everybody. Can't wait for you all to hear the chat that I had with Wolf. Had a fantastic session hanging out with Wolf. Socials linked below too, at Chazingdra, X, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky. Do silly comedy skits as well as the podcast, as well as streaming. Set in the world of Pokemon, that's a female on Pokemon Silver there. So that's not going to be shiny. And I'm working on my EUIC video right now, the event from the caster's perspective. I want to get that just right, because the biggest project yet for my channel, and it's obviously something that I'm sort of uniquely qualified to talk about. So excited for you all to see it, but not going to rush it, and I'm still working on the script. But all sorts coming. Channel memberships going live soon, channel music going live soon, channel anniversary in a few weeks' time. All exciting times, and I want to reach 1,000 subscribers by the channel anniversary, and then have much swifter growth from there, and I have plans for that too. But anyway, thanks so much for being here. Discord community link below too if you want to hang out in Chazindra's Chocolate Factory. We're a friendly, merry folk in there. Patreon link below too if you want to support me as a creator, as well as super chats and stuff on YouTube. But as it is, thanks so much for being here, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. For anyone still in chat who is American, A up is a very British expression, specifically Northern, that Tom just used there. Tom, we were talking about things like early doors and good shout and cheeky critical hit and stuff that some of us EU casters say in competitive Pokemon that the NA casters do not. And A up is a perfect example of that. A up. A up sort of means, hello, how are we doing? It's a very jolly greeting. Hey up. So thank you for providing that in the chat, Tom. You'll see, Tom, that we've now doubled up on our hunt. I felt it was about time. These resets are pretty slow with Professor Elm. I feel like you found all sorts of shinies recently, Tom. You are putting me to shame. I was thinking, I haven't found a 8192 shiny this year. And I'd love to buck that trend soon. I feel like it's on the horizon. I feel like it's coming up. Let's hope that this hunt stays under odds. Zartu, Heath, good to see you. How are you doing? Welcome into the stream. Hope you're having a merry day, and I hope it's about to get merrier. You know the drill. Dad took you to the cinema to see all the first three movies in the 90s. Cool, Damien. Ah, yes, those were the days. Those simple, simple times. Gold and silver side by side, there they are. Nostalgia. Love to see it. Beyblade is the one, Alex. Wow, the bins at school, the perfect shape to play Beyblades. Take you back. I remember those. I had a couple of Beyblades. Beyblade was never as massive at my school as Pokemon was, for example, but still, a lot of fun. Beyblade's still going strong. Is it still going strong? That's interesting, Damien. I haven't heard anything about Beyblades for years. Literally years. Ratanui is the only barnacle vernacular you've held on to. Wasn't it Matanui? I think it was Matanui. Ow, but I love the shout out there. Matanui? I think it was, yeah. Used to bring your Beyblades to school to battle your friends and other kids. Yes. Not bad. Hope everyone's doing well. Good. Glad you're not bad, Tom. I'm doing very well, thank you indeed. Thank you very much indeed. You found out about the Lydium win the next day because you had to bail before the last E4 round. Wow, Heath. Yes. Oh, I hope you caught up on that VOD because such a rollercoaster. We got frozen, but we managed to thaw the very next turn. What a run. What a run. Looking forward to more like that. I'm in that early sort of content creation stage, approaching the year anniversary of my channel, the 1 year anniversary of just like trying out different kinds of content and seeing what works, which is a lot of fun. And I'm also looking forward to having a plan in place as to what that content is and what people want me to focus on, and then just really make myself the best creator I can at that kind of content, you know. But the reason I went into content creation in the first place was because I love writing. I love writing scripts. I wrote a one-man show. It's on YouTube. It's called Wonder Drug, a comedy about cystic fibrosis. It's about the medical condition I have. And I've written plenty in the past. And so to be able to have the opportunity to do that, write about something I love in Pokemon, something I have the opportunity to commentate and talk about professionally, just feel very lucky to be doing what I'm doing, and looking forward to leaning in even more. Can't remember any of the names, but you had the one with the spring on the bottom that you loved. You threw them all away. Oh no, Alex! Oh, that's so disappointing. I assume you're talking about Beyblades there, spring on the bottom. I'm not sure what that would have been. I wasn't playing for long enough. I think I had one that was called Galsley or something like that. Galsley? Is that ringing a bell for anyone? It was red. Very cool. Cool concept. Hey up, mate. Xatu on the team would be a shout. Heath, big Xatu fan. I love Xatu and I love Natu. And I love Skarmory. Steel Flying as that unique combination is... Ugh. That hits different. And a silver exclusive too for the Silver Dream Team quest is pretty cool. Thought I was doing an outro as Jay. Yeah, it did sound like it, didn't it? Because I was promoting on my socials and stuff. But no, still going strong. Maybe we'll go for just over 4,600. Then we'll leave it there. But we'll see how long it takes. But around 7 is when I'll end anyway. Love to see you using A up as well, Heath. Like a Northern British Audi. That's true. A up. Yeah, I guess so. I don't imagine British cowboys saying A up, but you never know. Oh, we don't have British cowboys, but it's fun to imagine. This is the shiny. You're manifesting it, Al. Now I've read it out loud, maybe. Maybe on this very encounter. As I say, I think it's going to be on silver where we get the shiny, rather than the gold. Silver's on the right, gold's on the left. Well, not on this reset, it's not, because female Totodiles can't be shiny in this game. Thank you for manifesting it, Al. Teach this NA all the EU lingo so you can use it yourself. Well, plenty coming out there. Good shout. Early doors. Cheeky crit. A up. Oh, wow. No, we were really wrong about the shiny happening there, Al. HP 21. Female Totodile. Cannot be shiny. You always try to turn your accent on stream for that reason. Nice. Yeah, well, I love that, Tom. We've got to lean into what makes us uniquely us. I think that's good advice for life. Certainly for content creation. So, I'm glad you do that. It's like how I lean into the merry thing, you know? Hey up, Tom. Hey up, Al. Love that. It's making me laugh a lot. Never knew, Al. Yeah, Matanui, I think it was. Any other Bionicle fans in the chat? I'm making extra careful that the Totodiles we're finding are not shiny, so I don't accidentally reset. Can you imagine? That would suck. I think there's only one Totodile that we missed. It was pretty early on in the hunt, and I hadn't noticed that my Game Boy was on red battery, and then all of a sudden the battery runs out, the screen fades before we checked the Totodile. So there is a chance that one was shiny, but you've just got to hope, haven't you? I feel like with any long and 8192 hunt like this, there's going to be that danger. Sometimes you're just not paying attention. Sometimes it's not as dramatic as a Game Boy dying, but there's always going to be the very, very slight few that escape you. Few encounters. It has to be pretty unlucky for it to be the shiny that happens on. You're playing Watch Wonder again tonight. Wow, Heath. Oh my goodness. How many times will you have watched it by that point? I really appreciate that, Heath, and I'm delighted that you enjoy it so much. Thank you. It means more than I can say. Every school you went to, everything was banned. Oh no, Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, Beyblade. That's such a shame, Tom. I feel like most schools went that way, but wow, that's really, really bad luck. Metabots. I don't know that, Alex. Wow, that is after my time. Flint the Time Detective. I don't know Flint the Time Detective, I've got to say, Alex. Yeah. Maybe I've just never heard of it, though. Maybe it passed me by. British Cowboy would be entertaining, for sure. For sure, Hotbine. How do British people wrangle cows like cowboys? It's a good question, Al. It's a good question. Then again, I don't believe there are cowboys in it, or very few cowboys in America to this day. I might be wrong about that. So, all these cows just let loose, no one to wrangle them. Alex, you'd never watched Metabots, but you had some toys. Oh wow, Heath. That's Jay. Keep them coming, you're loving it. What's another Britishism? We actually had loads. During the EUIC stream, Double T, there was a segment that I did with Spraggles and Doob Snaps from Pokemon Unite. Teaching them Britishisms. Well, it was testing them on what they might mean. Things like faffing around. Have you heard of faffing around? Do you know what that is? Or like calling something cracking. Those are a couple for you. Cockney rhyming slang, that's a whole thing. We'll get into that at some point. Oh, Heath. That's Heath. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the hype. A very kind contribution. Heath, you are too kind. That's not the first time you've made a little contribution, but can we get some hype in the chat for Heath, please, everybody? Very, very much appreciated. Thank you, my friend. And you have asthma, Samantha. Okay. Hope you're doing okay. Northern UK, Southern US. Yeah, I guess you're right, Heath. Hey up, Al, for Heath there, yes. Hey up. Let's make that a thing, shall we? For any contribution that comes into the stream, the correct response is A up. A up. Love that. Yes, I know what you mean, Tom, yeah. Just getting into a battle, it could be the shiny you accidentally reset. It's just a force of habit, isn't it? You're in your rhythm. Yeah. Well, let's hope not. Let's hope not, Tom. Oh my goodness, Double T, that's awful. So sorry to hear about all these thefts going on in schools. I think, you know, it's probably rife in most schools, but that is, oh, PSP, that is so... That's so much more than just, you know, a Pokemon card. It's, well, or most of the time. Bobby Dazzler, Luke, oh my goodness. Bobby Dazzler. I love that. Wow. Maybe I'll have to go further with Britishisms on future broadcasts. Bobby Dazzler. That's so funny. Heath. Oh my goodness, Heath. Yeah, this is far too kind of you. Wow. A up indeed. Thank you so much, Heath. You are a legend. Let's get more hype, please, for Heath in the chat. A ups. A up. Thank you so much, Heath. Wow. You enjoyed the British slang segment, Hotbine. I think I've missed a couple of messages there. I'm sorry, everybody. The chat is buzzing and we love to see it. But, yeah, I apologize if I've missed any of your messages. Feel free to post them again. British slang segment was amazing. I'm very pleased you enjoyed Hotbine. It was so much fun to film. I have such a laugh with Dupes, Knacks and Spraggles. You love that portion, faffing around weighing. Yes, yeah. And found some really great ones to ask non-British people about. I'm trying to define Bobby Dazzler Luke. I'm going to change Pokemon forever. Oh my goodness, I love it. Heath, what are you doing? This is crazy. Wow, you're so kind, Heath. With the ladybird as well. Shout out to you, Lady Anne, behind me over my shoulder, looking thrilled about that, Heath. Thank you so much. Wow. What's a British-looking Pokemon? A-up emote. Oh, Alex, yeah, I was just thinking about that. Maybe we do need an A-up. What's a northern Pokemon? It's got to be something from Galar. I'm going to reflect on that. Wow. What have you started, Tom? You started something beautiful. You started something beautiful. Yeah, how would we define Bobby Dazzler? You're so confused. That's what you mean you want to learn those phrases and words. Yeah, well, I think that's why it was such a good idea for a segment. Educational, but a lot of fun too. A up ×2, indeed. Cracking of you. Very good, Al. That is cracking of you. Love to hear that, Al. Change Pokemon forever. Then we see that phrase in Gen 10. Can you imagine, Luke? A up, Bobby Dazzler. Your rival says it to you. Taught you a valuable lesson. Well, good, Double T. That's what we like to see. Lady A up. Yes, Samantha. Appreciate that. Galarian Wheezing. Maybe Galarian Wheezing is a bit northern. I love this. I love this topic. This is not a topic I thought we'd be talking about tonight, but which Pokemon is the most British northern? I need to reflect on that. Let me just catch up on these messages and I'll think about that. And yeah, I think we will go for over 4,600, everybody. We really are flying through these encounters, actually. So, good decision to double up. And then we will end the stream there, because I've got to finish a bit earlier tonight. Quite a bit earlier, actually. That's why I started earlier. Bobby Dazzler is something striking or amazing. Was Bobby Dazzler... So, that I was aware of, Luke. But was Bobby Dazzler actually a person? Did someone actually have the name Bobby Dazzler? Was it a footballer? Because that is ringing a bell. But Bobby Dazzler... Imagine having the name Bobby Dazzler. Surely it's not. Surely it was just an affectionate nickname that a commentator gave a football player. A soccer player. For anyone from the US. Or outside the UK. Colossal. Oh my god, Tom. That is such a shout. Such a shout. Colossal. If the shiny Totodile happens here, we'd have to call it A up, wouldn't we? Or some kind of northern name. I love that. Colossal. So good, Tom. Intellion James. James Bond saying A up. A northern James Bond. A up. Being confronted with Blofeld and saying, hey up. Wow. Intellion. Mr. Rhyme, that's pretty good, Al. That's pretty good. Orbeetle, like a Galarian lady. And that's true, Samantha. Trying to think if there's something clever we can do with the A up as well. Like, is there a Galarian Pokemon beginning with A? So we can lean into that A up, you know. Gonna hop out. Fair enough, Ronnie. Thank you for joining for that crazy Northern British segment. But great to see you. And as always, and hopefully see you tomorrow for some Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. First time ever playing. 5:45 GMT right on this YouTube channel. Have a merry rest of your day, Ronnie. Thanks so much for being here. Always a pleasure. Great idea. Hope that segment continues at other EU events. Yeah. Could be good. Forgot about Mr. Rhyme. Yeah, I know, Alex. These Pokemon that we, because we haven't seen them for a while, we just forget that they're there. David Dixon used to call antiques on Real Deal. Yeah, that's true. I love how specific that is to Britain. David Dickinson calling antiques that. Wow. Not going to make much sense to a lot of people. But we're here to learn. Pancham, are you an old-timey British Alloway? Oh, true. Oliver, you get all your impression from Oliver. I love that, Al. Shout out to Oliver Twist. Artful Dodger Pancham. That's great. That's why any football teams. Didn't you say... yeah, no, you're right, Heath. I'm not the biggest football fan. My brother, more so. But yeah, not so much me, actually. I never grew up that into sport. I know that my friend Lee Provis is big into Newcastle United, of course. For example. James Pond or Bubble07, love to see it. And Sobble's Pokedex number in Galar is 007, let's not forget. I love that little Easter egg. Turn notifications on so you can see it. Notifications for what, Samantha? The stream. 007, I know, it's fantastic, isn't it? Fantastic. These are the kind of terrible dad jokes that keep me going as well. Really funny, isn't Double T? Great shout from Al. Amazing names indeed. Samantha, 007. I love James Pond. Nice, Samantha. Now let me think about what... Colossal is a good shout for a northern... I'd love it to be completely off... Or a Pokemon we're not expecting so much either. A Pokemon we're not expecting so much as well, like Hatterene. Hey up. Or Grimmsnarl. Phalanx would be quite fun. Hey up, hey up, hey up, hey up, hey up, hey up. Because it feels like they're coming to greet you as well. And Phalanx is my favourite Generation 8 Pokemon, so maybe Phalanx would be the one. I mean, Frostmoth would kind of work because it's up north, bit colder, I guess, generally. It's a bit of a... something you could say, I guess. I don't know. I quite like the idea of Phalanx because then you get 6 A-ups in a row. And they're just constantly greeting each other as well. Hey up, hey up, hey up, hey up, hey up, hey up. But like the seagulls in Finding Nemo. Toxtricity. Oh yeah. Rockstar. Northern Rockstar Toxtricity. Alright, everybody. Well, the encounters really have gone quickly, haven't they? I think we've done more than 200 on tonight's stream, approaching 250. Which, actually, no, it does make sense. Because in 2 hours, we'd probably do just under 200, yeah. So, yeah. Cool. Well, I'm glad that this is providing much more momentum. Part of me thinks, well, it would have been nice to have been doing double resets since the start of this hunt, but, you know. Started off with the optimism, what if we did find it just on the silver? But, yeah, the time felt right. It was because I had to keep my gold where it was already in the game in order to trade Poliwhirl and evolve it into Politoed. And then start a new game. So it was only today that I could start double hunting for this. It's just a casual playthrough of Crystal, by the way, that was for. Finally beat the Elite Four last night, which was exciting. And Politoed played a massive part with Belly Drum and Body Slam. And that's it, everybody. That's more than 4,600, but you know me, we always do bonus encounter. So, let me see. Might have to adjust our has to be male, has to be HP 20 as well. Now that we have 2 systems. Snob with a monocle and moustache. Love that, Samantha. That's a female on the gold. That'd be so cute. Snob with a monocle and a moustache. Is Grim up north, as you say? I wouldn't know, Tom. Well, I mean, I've been up north, but starting around 4375. Wow, thank you very much, Alex. Yeah, I thought that was right. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Okay. Good work today, lads. Hey up, Heath, for his generosity. Yes, so generous, Heath. Next hunt is the one. Right, final check. Are we going to be surprised with the shiny Totodile here? No, we're not. No, we are not, unfortunately. But, as I say, you can't win them all. And, no, we don't need to. In fact, we'll do one more. I think that I meant to. This technically is the one more. If it happens now, oh my goodness. Anyway, big A-ups indeed. Big A-ups. Bring that energy to Tom's streams as well, because big A-up energy is what we want. Let's get that trending as well. Online, big A-up energy. Oh, it's another female on gold, so if it's going to shine, it's going to be on the silver. Thanks so much, Hotmine. Thanks so much for being here. Remember, everybody, see you tomorrow for more streaming, though with a different quest, but I'll talk to you more about that in just a moment. It's been so much fun tonight. Rich, hello, welcome. I'm sorry, this is literally the last check. So maybe you've brought the luck. No, you haven't. HP 21 and female. So, Rich, I also am aware, Rich, that last week you asked that fascinating question about gym leader of any, or champion of any region, and then which region I want to travel to. We'll get to that tomorrow. See you tomorrow, everybody. 5:45 GMT on this YouTube channel. So the normal streaming time, 5:45 GMT. Playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for the first time ever. I can't wait for that experience. I can't wait to share it with you all. Thank you so much again to Ben White for the very generous gift of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon at the Birmingham Regional Championships a couple of months ago. yeah, to be able to play it through and experience it with you all for the first time is going to be so much fun. So don't miss it. See you tomorrow. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. I stream VGC on Tuesdays, shiny hunting like this on Wednesdays, and other runs on Thursdays. So mark those in your calendars and check out Eternal Radiance episode of the podcast. If you're a fan of shiny hunting, you're going to love that. And even if you're not, to be honest, it's always, we take a stroll through the life stories of people in the Pokemon community and discover the 6 Pokemon on their dream team along the way. It's always an illuminating time discovering what those Pokemon are. So do check out that. That's linked in the description below. Approaching 50 further episodes of the podcast right now on the channel. There's bound to be something for everyone. Competitive guests, shiny hunting guests, guests from the trading card game Go, Pokemon Unite, so many. So don't miss out on the episodes that you want to catch. They are on the channel right now, as well as silly Pokemon comedy skits that I make, vlogs of the events I cast, working on my EUIC video. I think it's going to be something special. Don't hold your breath for it because I want to get it right, but I'm working on the script right now and I'm having a great time doing it. Socials linked below too, at Chazingdra, X, Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok. Have a follow along on there. It would be a pleasure to see you. It would be a pleasure to see you in my Discord community too. Chazindra's Chocolate Factory. Come and hop in. The link is in the description below. Let's share our love for the Pokemon video games off stream too. Patreon link below too if you want to support me as a creator. Let me give another shout out to Heath, a final shout out for incredibly generous contributions to tonight's stream. Thank you so much, Heath. Really is beyond kind of you, so thank you, and it's always a pleasure to see you, my friend. And channel memberships will be getting going in a few weeks with the emoji design by Alex Usplasher, who was in the stream tonight, as well as the badges. Channel music coming soon to WOLFE GLICK's episode of the podcast coming around the channel anniversary, first week of April. Exciting times ahead, nearly at 1,000 subscribers, well, nearly at 900 first of all, so all likes and subscribes hugely appreciated to help towards that. That being said, everybody, let me just catch up on these final messages here. So, thank you, Double T. Always a pleasure to see you. Thanks so much for the hype, as always, Al. Thank you, Samantha. Great to see you. Hope to see you tomorrow in the stream, too. Hope to see you, too, Papa Hotpine. Grim up north, God's country up here. You said it, Rich. You said it. Thank you, Double T. Thank you, Luke. Thank you for the Bobby Dazzler action. Charlie's A-Up Factory, yeah? We'll run with that out. Seems you missed the stream. Indeed. Have we decided? Yes, we have, Rich. I was just talking about it. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. See you tomorrow. First time ever playing. Thank you, Alex. Always a pleasure to see you. GG's, Tom. Have a good one and all that. All that. That's another great northernism. See you tomorrow. Fantastic. Great. Looking forward to it, Hotbine. You have a good night too, Samantha. Peace out, Al, to you. Ta-ra. Ta-ra, Luke. Love to hear it. Lovely stuff. We'll catch you tomorrow. Excellent, lovely stuff. We've been talking about a lot of Britishisms tonight, Rich, if you couldn't tell. So let's bring that energy tomorrow too. Big ups to Tennessee Heath once more. Big ups to everybody here. Big ups to you, Heath, for your generosity. Alex, thank you. See you tomorrow, 5:45 GMT. Once more, everybody. All likes and subscribes, hugely appreciated. You did miss it, Riley. I'm sorry, but see you tomorrow for playing Mystery Dungeon for the first time ever, 5:45 on this very channel. A lot of Britishism coming out tonight, Riley. There'll be more coming tomorrow. See you next time, indeed. Everybody, have a very merry rest of your day, and in the words of Luke, ta-ra for now.